Hi guys, my name is Mecca Oliver, and I actually just finished watching the Fat City project, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what I felt and what I learned through watching the video. Um, First and foremost, I felt like through watching it, like I was in the classroom. Like I could feel the anxiety, I could feel the embarrassment when one of the people would get the wrong answers, or when they just really couldn't figure it out. Like when he showed the picture of the cow's face, and some people just really couldn't figure it out. And I felt all of that. I saw firsthand how teachers, without even realizing it, are damaging students with learning disabilities, without even really knowing that they're doing it. From using sarcasm to just creating anxiety in the classroom setting. Um, and I totally agree with um, the video when it says that students with learning disabilities need a teacher to teach them. As the video stated, learning disabilities have little to do with motivation and more to do with perception. So they really need someone to bring meaning to things for them, and to give them direct directions. I learned that we should, as educators and as people in general, we should dwell more on what people can do and what they cannot do, or what they're not good at. The Fat City project was really an eye-opener for me, to be placed in the shoes of a person with a learning disability in a society that is mainstream. And it seemed quite difficult and very frustrating through just watching adults try to be placed in the shoes of a student with a learning disability. Mind you, the Fat City project was only a couple hours. These people, or students, have to deal with this their entire life. Luckily, there's a lot more resources, and just like through doing this project is bringing light to the fact that there are these students that are going to be in our classrooms, and we need to handle things differently. You know what I mean? Um, there was something that was said in the video: in order to be fair, we have to treat them differently. So that really kind of like resonated with me. I also want to say that as I watched the video, many times I thought back to like the days when I was in school, and how when a student was, or even me, like definitely I can put myself in this. When I had to read out loud, I would always kind of like stumble across words, or when another student had to read out loud and they would stumble and everybody would laugh, or there would be that student or students who would raise their hand and say what the student didn't say, or the correct word, and how that just creates embarrassment and anxiety for when you do have to read out loud. It's like, oh God, I don't want to mess up because they're gonna laugh at me, or they're gonna think that I'm stupid or dumb or whatever the case may be, when really I need time to process. I you know so through putting my, like, thinking back to my childhood, it kind of made me feel ashamed to know that there were people with learning disabilities in my class, and that I didn't, I guess I wouldn't have known, but it made me feel ashamed that I didn't, that I laughed, or that I didn't, say, that I was a part of that, really. I learned that as a teacher, we have to be very careful with our teaching methods, what we say and how we say things. For example, using sarcasm in the video, it said that it creates a victim. I also learned that our reaction to anxiety affects learning, because we often react by looking away from the source of the anxiety. That was something that I didn't know, but when I think about it, it totally makes sense, because I do it too. When I feel anxious, you want to like kind of get away from the source of the anxiety. Um, so yeah, I want to just thank you for even including this in the curriculum, because I wouldn't have known that I knew that students with learning disabilities existed, but this project was such an eye-opener for me to really put myself in the shoes of a student with a learning disability and how they are um, able to or not able to navigate through the curriculum that is being placed that they are being placed in. So I thank you. I think that it's great that as an upcoming teacher that I'm getting to learn this and getting the resources and the education that I need to be able to teach a class that may have students with learning disabilities. So thank you.